Formula 1 arrived in Britain now for the penultimate round of the season. And of course, a crucial round, because this could be the position where both Ferrari and Leclerc win. But the first focus, of course, is on Renault. Renault clearly come out saying that they were hoping to close the gap on Red Bull and force them into making mistakes and hope to claim second place in the championship after a slow start. They claim that had they brought their upgrades, better car and also reliability, they would have been further up the grid. Meanwhile, Verstappen has come out saying that he needs to show Red Bull that he can win and have the winner's mentality by winning this race. He hopes to take pole, but if he can't do that, then he will attempt to win and get the fastest lap. Leclerc meanwhile say that Ferrari has the pace to dominate this weekend. Silverstone on the list of tracks that Ferrari felt they could dominate compared to the position of the Red Bull, which of course is down on power. Of course, with the short layout of Silverstone being used, it means that the Maggots and Beckett's corners, where the Red Bull would have had an advantage, doesn't get used. Let's take a look now at the grid for today's 70th anniversary Grand Prix. And Charles Leclerc is exactly where he needs to be for today's championship. He's got the 2 points and is in pole position. Carlos Sainz lining up alongside his best of the season. Tony Felix da Costa lines up third, with the two Jaguars 4th and 5th, their best results so far. Pierre Gasly lines up 6th. Verstappen disappointed down in 7th place. Magnussen, Ricciardo and Lando Norris rounds out the top 10. Outside the top 10, Esteban Ocon again for the second time this season. Alex Albon usual his position outside the top 10, struggling for pace. Andre Lotterer starts 13th. The two Venturi Williams are the closest they've been so far. This time Russell still, however, ahead of Massa. Sebastian Vettel, those rumours continue to grow of his departure from the team. Only is down in 16th, with Hartley, the two Mercedes, and Nick de Vries failed to set a time for today's 70th anniversary Grand Prix. Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1-E mod, episode number 13 for the 70th anniversary Grand Prix around the short layout of Britain, or Silverstone.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
Okay, it is raining, unfortunately. I haven't been around this circuit since 2017, but nevertheless, hopefully it's not too OP, and it looks like it's going to dry up towards the end of the race. Private lights for 26 laps and away we go. And oh my goodness, just like in Italy when we had rain, it's like starting up the Titanic. There's a safety car out on lap 1. Okay, we're on board with Sebastian Vettel. He's got Felipe Massa. Is that Massa up front? He's taken out Massa as well. So yes, Max Verstappen has actually lost out to Daniel Ricciardo. I'm not sure Ricciardo will be keen to let him back through. Back through. As we move to lap 4, finally the safety car comes in. We're all over the back of Antonio Felix da Costa up in P3. With Leclerc leading from Sainz. He's where he needs to be. Down the inside, up into turn 3, I think it is. And move up nicely onto the podium. So you now join Daniel Ricciardo. He is on the tail of... He's dropped Verstappen as well. He's on the tail of not anymore, of Evans. He's not anymore though, because he's crawling to a stop and is out of the Grand Prix. And look at this. This is on board with Lando Norris. He's going to make a double dive bomb while everybody was supposed to be. So I'm sure he got a legal overtake, but apparently not. As the Leclerc is starting to slow down. We're right on the back of Carlos Sainz. But this is the problem. The BMW engine clearly is a lot faster than the Jaguar in a straight line. tyre wear is already starting to look a bit tough though. We might have to convert it to 2-stop as we rejoin our teammate Mitch Evans, who's now having a go at Antonio Felix da Costa for 4th place, squeezing him out on the inside in turn 1, and that is him up into P4. Though he is a bit of weight behind us. We sort of lost Sainz, who's although we come back on him on lap 9, and Sainz goes down the inside of Leclerc up into turn 1. He's now up into the race lead of the British Grand Prix, up into turn 3. And they sort of flat out turn 4 now into what is the last areas of the Maggots and Beckett's complex. Corners down the back straight. As you can see, the Ferrari engine is quite a lot of the way faster. There's a little bit of blue sky there. My grandmother always used to say there's enough blue sky. There's enough blue sky. There's a dive bomb. Well, not really a dive bomb. We dive down the inside up into P2. Simple move there. Nicely done. But as I said, there's enough blue sky to a pair of trousers. Then it's going to be a nice day. Antonio da Costa is out of this Grand Prix. He's been assassinated by Max Verstappen, and this brought out the virtual safety car. And my tyre wear is quite crucial at this, so we're gonna change this up a bit. We're gonna bank on making a 2-stop. The tyre wear is being quite harsh for me, unfortunately. It's going to promote our teammate up into P3 anyway. There's a version Audi car, I think that's Magnussen's coming into the pits as well. We're going to put another set of intermediates on. Now unfortunately this is going to put us behind the Mercedes. Remember back to Italy, they didn't actually make a stop at all because of a glitch with their tyre wear. Everybody else has got the same tyre wear as us. So I'm banking on it's going to get dry up, and hopefully then the Mercedes will have to make things where we easily get past. Well, we tried to get easily past Nick de Vries, but he's not having any of it in the Virgin Audi. The man who's of course retired a lot in recent races did set a time on qualifying is up due to an engine failure. As Carlos Sainz now, and this is the thing, we've got an undercut on Carlos Sainz, and he is now down to what was effectively P2. I'm not sure where Leclerc is relative to Sainz. Leclerc has yet to come in. It's moved to lap 14 now. See, the two Mercedes are up into the lead. Our tyre wear, we've been on these tyres 4 laps. The rears are the tyres that have been affected around here. Obviously with the traction and everything, it's not really going that well. So we join the two Mercedes now on board. It is Van Dorn leading ahead of Lewis Hamilton. They have got both yellow helmets, but of course number 2 indicates that. As Hamilton has pitted, we're now caught up to Van Dorn. This is lap 19. Our rear tyre on at 73%. You can see it's clearly stopped raining, and both Van Dorn and I are coming into the pits at the end of this lap. Hamilton came in the previous lap. We got caught up with him coming into the pit lane, which is good news. And now we're coming in to change on to slick tyres, and this is it. We can get ahead of Van Dorn, but then after that, can we make up the positions? We're already down to, well, if we exclude Van Dorn, it would be P4. We should be ahead of Hamilton. I believe he's stuck in traffic. So we have to wait for Van Dorn. 3-second stop. We're going to come out behind Da Costa. Are we going to come out behind the Porsche Dragon that's coming along? I'll put them in the points, although I'm sure Van Dorn is going to come out behind them. And there we are on the mini-map confirmed. We're ahead of Russell, who's just ahead of Hamilton, as we're going to easily dispatch Van Dorn on lap 20 and up into P10. Can we claw ourselves back to the lead of this thing? Next up is the Porsche Dragon car. I believe it's of Brendan Hartley. He's on the intermediate tyres. The track is bone dry. DRS is in operation. That's surely a sign that the AI should be coming in, but only a few cars are coming around the outside of Lando Norris. Nice move there. And we're going setting purple times all the time. Next up is Pierre Gasly in the cheetah car around the outside up into P7, and of course he's going to give his DRS. Following that, lap 24 moved up to P5. The AR started to make pit stop. Evans has got no answer, and now we're catching up to Max Verstappen, who's in is in podium position. Leclerc is leading this Grand Prix, so what happens? He's going to take the championship, move up into P2 on lap 25, and Leclerc is in for his pit stop, and so is, I believe, that is Verstappen as well. So, oh no, I think that's Albon. Excuse me. P1, a comeback of dreams. We were P11, and that is victory for our third victory of the season. Get in. I was worried about that because if it stayed wet, we would have been behind the Mercedes, and we would have to have stopped again. We'd have to stop again regardless. If it had stayed wet, we'd have had to go on to another set of inters. But Sainz, of course, had to stop again. He thoroughly deserved second place. Van Dorn got a podium in the Mercedes. So it was a great day for Mercedes, third and fifth. Verstappen 4, and Leclerc is champion down in P7. With Ocon down in 6th. And 4 retirements in the end, with Da Costa, Ricciardo, Vettel and Massa didn't make it past turn 1 really. And Hartley actually got, I think that's the first time this season, Hartley actually got lapped. I know it's only a short lap around here. In the dry on a good day and getting 46, 47. I was in the 48s, but Hartley got lapped. I believe that's probably because he stayed out far too long in his inters. But yes, Leclerc is now out of reach. We've closed the gap to Max Verstappen to just 5 points. So it's all to play for second place. I mean, even Vettel, if he has a good day at the front, can still get second place in the championship. Sainz is now a little bit too far back in 6th, but he can still get some positions. And of course, their positions right down until P9 are all sort of bit. And Van Dorn now in the top 12 as well. Constructors, Ferrari are champions as well. Red Bull too far behind. Renault haven't really caught Red Bull. They'll have to do all to play for in the final round. Jaguar move ahead of Cheetah into P5, 10 points ahead. But we need a good race in the next race to maintain that. We're going to get P4, but we'll have to wait and see. Mercedes jump up to P7. So really, if Virgin Audi and Venturi Williams, that could be curtains for those two getting the wooden spoon. So yes, that's going to be it for today's episode of the F1-E mod. If you have enjoyed this episode, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you need to see more episodes of the F1-E mod. There's one episode to go, and that is the British Grand Prix at the full Silverstone circuit. Until the next time, I'll see you then. Take care, thank you so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.